My childhood was the way childhoods today should be,
Meaning?
without gadgets, lots of friends, lots of activities, never a dull day. Rules you had to follow, and that's about it. Good childhood.
Good childhood. What three adjectives would you attach to it?
Adjectives?
Adjectives, descriptive words.
Fun, trouble, and laughter.
Trouble meaning?
Well, we got into trouble, of course,
All right. So you shared a lot. I was surprised that, I didn't think we were going to get through all of these questions. When I first typed this up, months ago, I was like, oh, I'm never going to get through all these. But I think we got through, all of the questions through our conversation and through your sharing. So I just wanted to thank you for sharing so much with
That's
me.
it?
But I also wanted to...
We're done?
No, not yet. I have a couple more things for you to think about. So all of the events that you described, so you just turned 85, right?
Yeah.
So all of the events that you described happened many years ago.
Mucho.
Yeah. How are you able to recall the events from your memory? What happens in your mind as you're recalling them?
Well, I don't really know. Sometimes I will dream of when we were young. I would see the actual kids and, relive it. But
When you're sleeping?
yeah, dreaming.
Oh.
And
Are you dreaming of real true events or?
yeah, what happened, stuff like that. I don't know. Half the time I wake up, I can't remember the dream anyway.
Mm-hmm. As you're sitting and kind of telling me,
In front of what?
As you're sitting and telling me, we're talking.
Yeah.
Can you think about what's happening in your mind as you're telling? The process of what's going on in your head?
No.
Because most people, I think not most, but there's probably a lot of people your age who can't really pull a lot of this up. And
yeah,
I'm always amazed
sure.
at how much you.
A lot of people my age are dealing with the Alzheimer situation and dementia and all that. It doesn't seem to have affected me yet.
Do you visualize when you're?
Oh yeah, I can visualize it happening.
So as you're as you tell a story, so if you're telling a memory and
yes,
are you picturing it in your mind?
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Does that seem to be helpful?
It just happens that you're telling a story, but you can picture it happening. Okay. You're going way back, but it's still there. Got a good camera inside the head.
Right. Do you think it's been helpful that you've shared a lot of things with your family as, since we were little? You've shared a lot of stories with us and things.
I didn't share too many stories. There's a lot of stories that I can't share. But some stories, yes.
But do you think it's helpful that you've talked about them with us for so long that they stay fresh with you?
Yeah, sure, of course. I would say so.
All right. How do you feel when you're telling some of these things? I mean, we've brought up a lot of stuff about your mom and dad, about your friends, a lot
Well,
of
when you're
things about
telling
your
the
brother.
story, you're like going back in time,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So maybe you feel a little younger. I don't know. But you're going back in time. You're erasing a lot of years from your being. And you're going back 40, 50, 60 years, you know? So that feels pretty good that you can do that.
Do you think it's important to share the history of your life, or for other people to share the history?
I really don't know who would be interested.
Well, let me finish the question.
Go ahead.
To share the history of one's life with their family.
I think if the person is a public figure that people are interested in, like a Barack Obama, or a sports figure that's well known, Michael Phelps or something like that. Yeah, I think you should share your life incidents that happened to you with the public.
But not okay. So with the public, but what about just regular people sharing with their family, with their children, their grandchildren? Do you think that's important?
Yeah, like I said before, I think if the sharing, the stories that you're sharing with, isn't going to make you look bad, or isn't going to make other people look bad, you should share them, yeah. But if they're going to cause conflict, or if they're going to make someone turn against you or anything, I don't think you should share them stories.
What would you want them to know about life growing up in Newark in the 1930s, 40s with your family? What would you want them to know?
I guess the stories I told you about doing without what they do now, you know, what they come home now, they're right away on the TV and the cell phone and the iPhone, and the Fire Pad, and everything is locked into technology. Everything. They don't know what it is to get outside with a group of kids and play a game. It don't exist anymore, you know. What I was doing every day is gone. They don't do it anymore. I go by schoolyards. Schoolyards are empty. In my day, you go by a schoolyard, it was full of kids playing different games. Today, no. The schoolyard that I grew up with, that I played a lot of games on, after school, till 9 o'clock at night, when they used to shut down the lights, that is now a parking lot. So that goes to show you that times have changed.
Why do you think that it's so important?
Oh, it's important. You used to communicate with the kids. You used to make friendships with the kids. You know, used to share stories. It was really to get entangled with one another. You knew each other's mannerisms. You knew each other's ways, and you know who was good at this, who was bad at that. You know, there's a lot of things just by hanging with one another. That don't happen anymore today.
Well, thank you for your time.
Then there's Castellucci and all them, Frankie Valli.
Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff.
Then there's meeting Elvis Presley. There's meeting Bob Hope.
Hmm. We could do a whole thing just
Oh,
we'll do a whole thing just on your celebrity
right.
meetings in your life. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll end here for now, and we will touch base again.
All right.
You're not finished with me yet,
No.
and
No way, Jose.
not off the hook yet. We'll do a little bit more.
No way, Jose.
And I appreciate your giving your time to me for
Okay.
my work.
Well, I'm glad I helped. I hope it pans out for you.
Yeah. All right. Arrivederci for
Now,
now.
arrivederci. Now, if you give me my pickles, my olives, I'll be on my way out.
All right.